It may look similar to Black Friday or some other can't-miss sale. People lined up as the mall reopened for the first time in more than a month. Thanks for joining us. I'm Phil Orban.
And I'm Genevieve Curtis. It's North Carolina's first full day in phase 1, and some stores are choosing to reopen with some very strict guidelines. Channel 9's DASHAWN Brown joins us live right now from outside the premium outlets. DASHAWN, what are you seeing out there?
Well, Genevieve, I can tell you there were a lot of stores that did not open today. Here at the outlets, only about 15 of more than 100 stores opened. The same at Concord Mills. They're reporting about 53 stores out of more than 200. We also noticed a similar trend at South Park. 7 weeks or 50 days. That's how long it's been since doors at South Park Mall have been open for business. Which might explain this.
I've been doing mall since 1984, so this is different.
This morning, General Manager Randy Thomas took reporters on a tour of the property.
All right.
Walking us through the steps they're taking to try to make this a safe place to shop. A lot like what you'll see in other properties, including Concord Mills and Charlotte Premium Outlets. For example, there's sanitizing stations, a lot less furniture, or spacing in the restrooms. Overall, protocols will be different depending on the store.
Some stores are requiring masks. Some stores are limiting visitors to 2 or 3 at a time, and that's it.
Thomas says not every store is ready to open. He estimates only 40 out of 140 opening this morning, some of which may not open at all.
It's tough. We're working with retailers, and we do expect some fallout.
Meanwhile, at a nearby shopping center, some shoppers were just ready to get out of the house.
Actually, I woke up super early this morning to be here to try to be one of the first ones in line. It's been tough. I mean, for 2 months to be home, and I do commercial interior design, so it's been just killing me to stay home.
William Stevens was out with his family, but stayed in the car.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't have to go in the store for something, I'm not going. Just nice to see something different.
And the GM told me this process really has to be a partnership with shoppers. That's why they're asking people to wear a mask. If you don't have one, they'll give you one. But he did say that this is going to be a long process to get back to anything that even feels like normal. Genevieve?
Yeah, definitely not normal right now. DASHAWN, thank you. Jewelry stores are also open now, just in time for shoppers to get those last-minute gifts for Mother's Day. The owner of Malik Jewelers in South Charlotte said his store has been quite a bit of number of customers today, but nothing close to a normal Mother's Day season. He said he's making sure to do some extra cleaning.
We hand sanitize the cases and everything very frequently throughout the day, every half an hour or so. Wherever a customer comes and touch case, this is cleaned right away.
He said until today, his business had been relying solely on those online orders.
The chilly temperatures couldn't keep some hikers from Crowder's Mountain on the first day it reopened. The park has been closed since March after there were too many hikers and they weren't able to safely social distance. Channel 9's ERIN Edwards joins us now from the park with the restriction in place to prevent a second closure.
This is the first time in 7 weeks hikers can hit the trails again, but they do look a little different. These signs are up at the start of the trails with guidelines for hikers, and hikers say the very top of the mountain is closed to visitors right now. Public restrooms were open at the visitor center, but the center and picnic area are still closed. Crowder's Mountain is also limiting the amount of parking here today. The overflow lot was closed as a way to manage the amount of hikers. Signs posted at the trail entrances ask hikers to maintain social distancing, touch as few surfaces as possible, and do not share equipment like phones or cameras with visitors. Even with these guidelines, there were dozens of people hitting the trails today. We spoke with families and friends who say they've been waiting for the mountain to reopen for months.
It just blew me away to see how many people was out. I guess everybody was waiting on some kind of restrictions to come up, because I know I was.
We did see some people wearing masks out here today, but the state park is recommending it. It's not required. Back to you.
And it's important to remember that even though all these places are opening up, we're still under a stay-at-home order in North Carolina, and you must continue to practice social distancing. It won't be lifted until we enter phase 2. And the governor and health officials are looking at testing, contact tracing, and trends as they decide when we can move from one phase to the next. North Carolina now has more than 14,000 cases and has suffered 544 deaths. Mecklenburg County now has more than 2,000 cases and 62 deaths. South Carolina is at more than 7,500 cases and 330 deaths. That's an increase of 10 deaths and more than 160 cases.